Hey crew. So you might think this is kind of strange that I'm recording a video and showing it to you during class when I'm standing like right beside you. But one thing that I have figured out with teaching 4 different classes, especially on different days, is that throughout this expedition and exploring identity, I find it extremely important that I don't miss something, or something that I wanted to share with one class I didn't miss until the next class. I'm also getting pretty techy this year, especially for students that are absent. You guys can watch a quick video to get the gist of what our lesson was about. I can post it to social media. I can post it to the Google Classroom, whatever we end up using as our main source of technology. So how I'm going to start this lesson is to, I typed up kind of like a little speech or spiel about the main points I'm wanting you to understand and why we are jumping into individual identity first and why it is so important. I'm going to probably record quite a few of these, probably not the same day that I taught other lessons, but yeah, part of my research project, we're gonna do a little tech-based. So you will see me kind of like read from my notes a little bit. I want to make sure that every class gets the same beginning information. Then after that beginning information, it will be up to you individuals to determine where this lesson goes. So I know that no lesson will be the same depending on who is in our room, but I think the beginning of our lesson should always be the same. And I just want to get this really important information to you guys in the same way. So today we are going to be studying who am I? And I'm sure we've already unpacked the learning target. Your learning target is I will be able to define the word identity and be able to identify various factors that shape your identity. So who am I is a question that we all ask at some time in our lives. It is especially a critical question for you. As we search for answers, we'll begin to define ourselves. How is our identity formed? To what extent are we defined by our talents and our interests, by our membership in a particular ethnic group, or our social or economic class, by our religion, by the nation in which we live? How do we label ourselves, and how are we labeled by others? How are our identities influenced by how we think others see us? How do our identities inform our values, our beliefs, ideas, and our actions? And in what ways might we assume different identities in different contexts? How do we manage multiple identities? I know that I am a mother, I am a teacher, I am a friend, I am a student. I have many identities, and who I show may be different than who I am at, like who I show at school may be different than who I show at home. And I know that most of my students, who you are in our school setting, when you go home, you're someone else, and that's okay. I wouldn't say we have split personalities, we just have multiple identities. Answers to these questions about our identities will help us understand history. It will help us understand ourselves and, most importantly, understand each other. As you study world history this year, you will explore how individuals and groups over time and across continents have answered questions about identity. You will learn that many of the same factors that influence their identities, factors such as religion, gender, geography, also shape the identities of ancient Greeks, the Mayans, and the Chinese. Thus, this lesson that we're getting into today establishes an important social studies theme that will resonate with you throughout this entire year. At the same time, at the beginning of the year, by having you guys examine and share your own identities in a way to build relationships in your class, when you begin a new school year, often with unfamiliar classmates and teachers, it is particularly important for you to have the opportunity to get to know each other, to build our community, and to become known by others. I know by day 3 or 4, you're like, I'm tired of talking about myself and getting to know each other. But it is vital in order for us to learn about the kind of content we're going to learn about this year. We need to be able to have safe conversations, have open dialogue, and not feel nervous to ask questions, because there are a lot of questions with this unit, or with this whole year, not just a unit. So the activities in this lesson today began the entire process of building those relationships with your crew. I'm looking forward to this. I have many activities for us. And one thing that also I almost forgot is that when you begin a new school year, you may hold contradictory feelings. So on one hand, you may think that you know a lot about your classmates just by looking at them. You may have formed judgments about who you will or will not be friends with already, based upon the clothes they're wearing, how they're talking, who their friends are, what sports they play. On the other hand, you may feel that you're in the company of complete strangers. You may feel that nobody really wants to know you, and you don't maybe really want to know them. To help you push beyond judging your peers based on stereotypes, simple stereotypes, you can have, or we will participate in an activity that I have started for us. So I got the main points across. Now we're going to get into an activity. I look forward to continuing to learn this year and letting you guys identify who you are. And I look forward to the entire year of learning. This is exciting. So, ready or not, here we go.